It's Holly. Holly's humble home. Yeah.
Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to transform this long grain instant rice box into one of those fancy greenery floral holders that you see like on Amazon or from a more like high-end store. I'm gonna wrap it in this rope here at first, then I'm gonna wrap the rest of it in some twine. I'm gonna use this around the top. I'm gonna give it a little hook on the back and I'm gonna hang it on my coat rack on the inside of my front door, and I'll show you that at the end. But that's what I'm going to do. So I'm gonna cut this off here, and then I'm just gonna cut the opening here. Try to get it as even as I can, but I'm gonna trim it here anyway. So if it's not perfectly even at this moment, that's totally fine, because it really is kind of hard to get it even the first time around. it's a little on the even side, but I'm gonna try and even it up. That's better. And do the same to the back here, just to kind of make it a little bit more even. But if it's not perfect, it's not a big deal, because the trim that we're going to use is going to hide any kind of imperfection. So that's good. That looks good. So I got my hot glue gun. My hot glue gun is behind me because I can't find where I put my extension cord. So I need to find my extension cord. But I'm gonna get this started, and no one's going to see the underside of the box, okay? No one's gonna see that. So we're not gonna worry about that at this moment. So I'm just gonna get this started with some hot glue and just show you what I'm doing here. And I had this is a very thick twine rope, and I had it, and I like the way it looks. I got a big roll of it from the hardware store, and I've used it for different things, but I thought it would be good for this project here, just to give it a little bit more interest at the bottom. I like when they use two different types of rope and raffia. I like that look a lot. So that's what I wanted to do. And then I'm just going to take it around, and I'm going to continue doing this until it's gone. Okay, and no one's going to see any little imperfections. No one's going to see that when we're done, trust me. So I just kind of hold it there on the side, because it is such a thick cordy like rope. You do have to hold it for a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm going to have to get another glue stick, and then I'm just going to continue wrapping it around, getting it as snug as I possibly can. And so I'm going to continue with this, and then I will be right back. Okay guys, so I got the bottom half done. I got it all wrapped around and glued on. Now I did glue for each row on this thicker twine here because it was so thick it really needed glue. This twine here does not have to have a bunch of glue for each row. I get it started with some glue around the first couple, and then what I do is I just wrap it around a few times like this. Sometimes it crosses over, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't matter. And then I just push it down like that, okay? And just in case that wasn't in camera, I'll show you one more time. I realized at the last minute that that may not have been in camera. So I wrapped it around 4 times and then I just pull it down. I make sure it's tight and then I just pull it down and then I just keep wrapping until I get to the top. Now when I get to the top, I will secure that with hot glue and then I'm going to put the trim around the top part here. And this little divot here won't even be seen. So I'm gonna finish this part and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like when I get to the top. Okay, so guys, this is the front of the box and this is what we have so far. And now this is the back. The back doesn't look as pretty as I usually make them because I learned something in this video. This box here was a little thinner than the regular boxes that I usually use. So going forward, if it's a thin, flimsy cardboard box, probably not the best one to use, okay? Because it gets a little wonky. So going forward, now this is the front and the front looks great. The back is what I had a little trouble with because the box kept collapsing on me. So in the future, use a more sturdy cardboard box for this craft, okay? We live and learn, but this is gonna work out. I'm gonna put my trim around the top here. I just had to get my glue gun. I'm gonna start on the back and I'm gonna start on the back in the middle with a generous amount of glue, just like this. Ow, try not to burn myself. Okay, make sure I cover up all of the box. Once I get the florals in here, that will cover anything that did peek through. It will be covered. Take this around here like this. Hold on to the edge just like we did in the beginning to make sure it adheres. Just like that. Give it a couple seconds. Here we are with the front. Try not to burn your fingers. I do have finger protectors, I just didn't get them out. Okay, just gonna push it down to make sure it really adheres. But again, once the florals get in, you won't even see anything that might peek through. And this is gonna turn out really cute. I think it already does look cute, but we're not even done with it yet. And if there is a piece of cardboard coming through, we can always just cut it or something, you know. Like right here, I'm gonna have to cut that little piece. Okay. So my glue is almost out. Try and push it through the top there so I have enough to complete this without having to use a whole other glue stick. Okay. And then I'm just gonna cut it. Come on. It's very thick rope, guys. Very thick twine rope. All right, so we have that done. And see, as you can see, there's nothing really poking through. You really can't see anything. And when it's hanging, no one's gonna notice anything. So I'm not worried about it. This one little piece in here. Okay, I think I got that. Let me see, do I have enough glue on this one where it's thick? I think I do. Yeah, just gonna hold it. But yeah, the box was a little thin, so it did start to collapse a little bit, but I made it work. And this is gonna turn out really, really cute. Okay. Now I'm gonna hot glue this inside the box in each corner, and that's how I'm gonna hang it. So I'm gonna get that done, and I'm gonna put the florals in it, and then we will come back. Yeah, see? Just put it in the corners, just like that. And I'm gonna hot glue it. I'm gonna put a lot of glue in these corners here to hold this on, because this is what it's gonna hang with. Okay guys, so I have this on. This is what it looks like. I think this is really cute. I think it turned out great. That's the back. Now the back did get a little wonky because I used a box that was a little too thin. And I know next time to use a thicker box, not to use a thin box, but it still turned out pretty good. You really can't see too much imperfection. And then this is the front. This is the part that really, really matters. This front here, the sides look great. It's just a cute little rustic fall basket that we made from a rice box and less than $3 of rope and twine. The one last thing I'm going to do, because I don't like all this crazy frilly stuff sticking off. A little bit's okay, but this is a little too much for my taste. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna take a lighter. Kids, do not try this at home. Do not try this at home, okay? This can be very dangerous. This is for adults who are crafting only. So, but I take a lighter and I just rub over it, and it just burns those little pieces off. It just burns them right off. You can also just take scissors and do it too, but I do like to use the lighter because I don't want to cut too close to where I'm cutting the rope. So the lighter does, I think, a better job in just getting those little fibers calmed down. And sometimes it does make a little soot mark, and I like that too, because I just think it adds to it. But this, you just gotta be careful, don't get your fingers. If it burns a little too much for your taste, just blow it out. And then it can be a little time consuming, but it's worth it in my opinion, because it really does just kind of take away all those really crazy fibers. And I think it looks a lot better. And then I go across with the twine and I do the same thing. It just burns off the fibers and it gives it a little bit of like a singe kind of look. Just gonna keep going ahead and doing that all over. Okay, cut off some of these from the top here because I don't want to make it too singy. But I want to get some of these crazy twine fibers off. And then I'm going to put my florals in, and you guys are going to see how pretty this really turns out. I have to get my coat rack put up. I took it down to move it, and now I have to get it put back up. I move things around a lot in my living room because sometimes I'll have something up, and maybe you do this too, but then you decide that after you live with it for a little while, you decide that maybe it looks better somewhere else, so then you have to take it down and move it around. And I do that a lot. I'll admit it. Okay. Here we go. We're just about done with this. This is not my favorite rope to use, but I thought it would be cute in this craft. And I am happy with how it turned out. But it is a very thick rope, and it took a lot of hot glue to get it to really hold in place. And so I don't want to loosen it up or anything like that. So let me get the florals in, and I will show you guys how this turned out completely finished. Okay guys, and here it is. This is how it turned out when I was all done with it. I think it turned out really cute. I think it looks great. It's on my little entryway, hanging up on a little hook here. And I've just put some of these little florals in it that I got from Hobby Lobby. I love those orange and yellow colors, and I just think it looks really cute. I think it turned out great, and all it was just a cardboard rice box that I wrapped with some twine. That was it. And I just put some, again, some 40% off fall florals from Hobby Lobby in it, and I think it turned out really great. And this is how I have it in my little entryway. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I really do, just appreciate you being here, and I love sharing ideas, and especially budget-friendly ones. So thank you for joining me today, and until next time, take care, and I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you later.